We have lights. This thing's been sitting for 20 years. There's no way it just starts. There's no way. All right. Ready, Wizard?
Hey, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
But it's running.
No, turn it off, that's no gas.
Oh, that's all the fuel. You started. What the heck? Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and this was a mistake. It was an impulsive late-night eBay purchase that I immediately regretted, but time has changed in the 6 months since I purchased it, and it turns out I'm an absolute genius, despite this thing, well, being quite a mess. It is a 1979 Porsche 911 SC Targa, except, well, it's not a Targa anymore. Somebody went in and cut off the rear glass portion of this with the roll bar and threw away the Targa top and affixed a newer Cabrio top to this old 1979 911 SC when they didn't have convertibles yet. It was still a few years away before they brought back the convertible, and it is an absolute mess. I thought it was cool because it kind of had a vintage looking patina to it. It's something you never see with old 911s because they have exploded in value and most of them have been restored. You never see them like this anymore, and it's been sitting for 20 years and hasn't been started. Now, I paid $16,000 for this car, which I thought was very expensive at the time, but since with the craziness of 2021, it's turned out to be an excellent deal. I could probably flip this thing as is for a pretty good profit, but I'm gonna pour a bunch of money into it one way or another. Now, this is my second air-cooled 911 that I've unveiled to the channel. The previous one was an 86 3.2, much newer than this, much nicer than this, and I tried to justify in that video why people overpay for these air-cooled cars, well, including myself. And honestly, after having one for a while, I realized how much more I like the newer 911s, like the 996, which were a better value, and went back to that. I bought that purple one, well, I changed it to purple and then bought back Apollo 911, which is going to have its LS engine redone. So I really wasn't too keen on revisiting air-cooled world, but now things are so crazy that even 996 convertibles recently, I'm bringing a trailer, one with 40,000 miles on it and average condition, brought $50,000. $50,000 for a base 996 2000 running egg convertible. Absolutely insane. The market is crazy. So the fact that I have a whole car that's complete, it seems to have everything that it needs for a reasonable price and a rust-free body, it seems like a much better deal now, but I don't know what I'm going to do. We really haven't looked at this car. We just put it under a tarp for 6 months while other projects got finished, but now it's this car's turn. All right, Wizard, when I first showed up with this 911, what did you think?
I thought, what in the world? Have you lost your mind?
Yeah, well, you probably already knew that, but this, you know, as time has gone by in the 6 months, these have rapidly appreciated in value, where this is actually a really good deal despite all of the warts and the very tired, definitely not original paint. It's definitely an old school Mako job, a very cheap Mako job. And the interior, well, yeah, it is what it is. But these are the sport seats. These are probably worth $3,000 just by themselves, and they're
just
not.
The seats?
There's the seats. They're not even bolted in, but they're quite valuable. Everything's there. There's brown door panels with a black dash and black seats. I don't know. And this convertible top, well, it's
Seen better days.
just a bit. So it'll need a new top, but that's probably the least of our worries with this thing. The Fuchs wheels are quite valuable on this thing, and it is a rust-free 911 Wizard, even though the roof was cut off and it's been modified into a convertible, which takes away any desirability, but yeah. It's a 911. It's an air-cooled 911.
It is.
And, well, it looks like everything's there under this aftermarket. Well, it looks like a factory whale tail, but added to this car.
Looks pretty crusty, but it's all there.
I don't really see anything missing. It just looks like a car that was parked 20 years ago, which is what the seller told me.
Yeah.
And when I bought this, I assumed we weren't going to be able to save this motor, and that's actually what got you on board and excited, because I want to do an electric conversion.
Yes.
But now that it's here and I'm seeing all this and it's all together, I'm thinking there may be a chance that we don't go down that route, and maybe this engine will be savable and fire up. I don't know. Unlikely, but
we can try.
I figured we could at least look into it and not write this engine off completely before we go deep down the EV conversion rabbit hole. But the odds are slim, I would imagine.
Slim to none, but you never know.
So in preparation for this, you charged up the battery for me, and you had to fix something so the car would even give any electrical power at all, right?
Yeah, the battery terminals are just so crusty, they wouldn't even give any power to the car. So we put new terminals on it, and that part is working now.
Cool, so we can actually try to crank it over.
We can try.
Interesting. Well, I'll set up the big camera and you can watch the engine and I'll crank.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, I'll hop into these very loose sports seats. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, clutch in. It actually has some clutch feedback. We're in neutral. Turn the key. We have lights. This thing's been sitting for 20 years. There's no way it just starts. There's no way. All right. Ready, Wizard? Ready, Wizard?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. It turns over pretty strong, but the fuel tank is quite low. The previous owner, he did try to revive this thing. He said he drained the fuel tank and well, didn't do much else. Bought tires and a few things. So put some gas in it and hope for the best. Well, this is fun, Wizard. Just some cut wires just dangling here.
Who knows what it went to? There's also some wires on the passenger side just laying there.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Great.
It smells really bad, like old gas.
Mmm. Okie dokie. It started. It started and started smoking like crazy. So we stopped so we can move the Aston Martin Rapide, which isn't mine anymore. Sold it to a friend of mine. Don't want to smoke show that thing out, so we'll move it and start it again. You started? Really? All right, take two. Well.
Hey, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
But it's running.
No, turn it off, I smell gas.
I guess I should listen to Wizard. What's this do? Oh. Oh.
It literally just sprays gas.
Oh, wow.
Right out of the fuel pump.
Ah.
That's not good. But the engine runs.
Well, I guess I'll leave this as a to be continued. We can fix this alarming fuel leak.
It's coming our way.
Yeah. Probably get the old fuel out of there.
Mm-hmm.
New plugs, maybe? Just clean it out in there and try it again?
Try it again. Without starting a fire.
This is quite surprising. I did not expect but I didn't expect anything to happen. Let alone it start. You started. What the heck? Well, let's put her back in her hole until you guys get going on it. But
oh my god.
Oh, that's all the fuel. All the fuel we put in. Not quite,
that's
but still.
Like 3 gallons.
That's plenty.
Goodness.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm still quite impressed with your little car. Apparently it doesn't want to be an EV. It wants to live. 20 years. Hasn't ran in 20 years.
It is definitely the dumbest automotive YouTube channel.
Well, no. If it runs, that's wonderful.
We almost started a fire.
You're insured. All right, I'm back. It's been a few days, and the Wizard has been investigating. I see you're fiddling. You're actually tag teaming. You got Magic Mike on the Corvette.
Yes, it's getting close.
The electric fan.
Electric fan and all new brakes.
No more exploding brakes. That's so good news there. How about here?
Bad news and bad news.
Okay. So what's the least bad news?
The least bad news is all your injectors are so full of rust and crust and nastiness that they're all clogged. They quit running.
Wait, so it was running and now it's not running?
Correct.
Wonderful. Well, that's probably why you drain and fill a tank before you try and start it, but I just wanted to start it because I'm special.
You're special?
I'm a special boy.
Okay.
But injectors, how much?
About $250 for a
Oh,
76.
$250. Okay, no big deal. So what's the bad news?
The bad news, I'll do the Wheel of Fortune, spin the wheel.
Yeah. That's compression? So 120, 150, 140,
60,
60, 120.
Zero.
Where's the one? Nothing?
This cylinder on the driver's side, furthest towards the rear bumper, that is a completely dead cylinder.
No compression.
Zero compression, none.
So it's a 5-cylinder 911.
Yes. Well, kind of 4.5.
Well, that's probably why it was parked 20 years ago, I would imagine.
Whatever's wrong with it is probably the reason why it was parked.
So what do you think? Is it bad piston rings, or?
We could put the camera in there and take a quick little gander.
Okay. Ah, I see you have your weekend tool here for your colonoscopy. Colonoscopy.
Whatever it's called.
Whatever it's called, the stuff he does on the weekends, just for fun as a hobby.
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking for the hole? Oh.
Am I in the hole?
No. I don't know what that is. Wrong hole, wizard.
Wrong hole, huh?
We've been there before. Yeah, further down. Okay, there you go. You're getting warm. Getting warm. Up, go back a little bit. In and out. Okay, there's the threads for the spark plugs. And there's piston.
Boy,
it's a black piston.
That piston's coated in carbon and garbage. That piston hasn't ran in a long time.
Well, jiggle it around. Do you see a hole? I don't see any holes.
No?
But, oh, that's nasty. Could be the rings that are bad, though.
That, or that one of the valves is bent or burned, or whatever it is likely why it was parked.
Okay, well, so at minimum, it would be new valve, like a top-end rebuild. But the engine has 180,000 miles on it, so...
If you're going to do anything, you're just going to have to rebuild the whole motor.
Right.
That's like 10 grand or more.
10, yeah.
That doesn't include pulling the motor.
No, $10,000 is about the bottom these days on rebuilding any 911 engine. It's probably more than that nowadays with everything else going on, everything being more expensive. Crap. Well,
I think what you could do is sell this one as is for probably 5 grand, and then
yeah,
go a nice chunk of coin towards an EV swap.
I mean, that was the original plan, was to EV swap this thing, and there are some really cool kits out there that take Tesla batteries and, well, do it up to be an electric car. My own Taycan, I suppose, but it's a lot of money too.
It is a lot of money.
Probably every bit of 10 grand to do that, but
yeah,
if you can sell the engine, then you're way ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think about this. This was kind of an impulse, accidental purchase, and it's going to be a major investment in a car that's, well, it's not pretty, but would be kind of fun.
It would be very fun.
Do you want to do it?
I would love to do an EV swap.
So we're killing another naturally Porsche motor, like we did Apollo 911 with an LS swap, except now we're doing, well, American Tesla batteries, or wherever Tesla batteries come from. But some mine in Africa, I don't know. It is a cool car. I like the look of it. I like the patina. So maybe we'll do something. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do, and thank you for watching.